Welcome back to our video series on the US tax reform. Today we want to focus on the unanswered questions and obviously also on future guidance. Elisa, you have mentioned several times that there's a lot of unanswered questions generated by the new tax law. How are you going to get the answers on those questions?
Well, hopefully they put out some guidance. Actually, the IRS usually puts out guidance with respect to all of these topics. But I think one of the problems that we're seeing is that the legislation was really rushed through, and so I think there are certain technical aspects that were not thought all the way through. So we're definitely going to have to get guidance on a lot of these issues to really know how to implement a lot of the changes. So we expect guidance to be issued by the IRS in a number of forms over the next year or so. First of all, the IRS will put out specific notices that are more topic driven. So recently, for example, they have been focused on the repatriation tax, which, as we talked about in one of our prior videos, that tax is actually effective in 2017 and taxes due in April and or June. And so that's something that we need immediate guidance on, and they have started focusing on that. And then the second thing that we are expecting is the Joint Committee on Taxation usually publishes a detailed explanation of the new law, and that will often give us guidance with respect to what their intent was about a lot of things, because sometimes you're looking at something and trying to understand what the intent of the law was. They are taking longer than usual to issue that, but hopefully sometime in the next few months we'll receive that. The last thing that we can expect is the IRS to actually issue regulations, and that can take a long time. I would not expect to see regulations for a year or more, and that's generally where you get your most detailed guidance, unfortunately.
Sure. Listen, in Germany, we can get answers more quickly when we request a ruling, so a verbindliche Auskunft. Is this maybe a viable solution in the US?
Unfortunately, probably not. The US ruling process is a lot different than that in Germany. We have two different ways you can get a ruling. One is a published ruling, and then you can also do a private ruling. And with respect to published rulings, these are available for all taxpayers to see and review and rely on, but the IRS has indicated that they don't intend to issue many published rulings in the future. Plus, they are very, very short-staffed, so I think having the time to actually do that is not very feasible right now. The second is a private letter ruling, which is issued by a local tax inspector. And they are issued by the national office of the IRS in Washington, D.C. But one of the problems with these rulings is they take a very long time to get them. The process is just lengthy. They cost a lot of money. Sure. And there is a whole long laundry list of things that the IRS has said they specifically will not address in a ruling. So unfortunately, I think we're just stuck waiting on guidance, with respect whether it's regulations or the congressional report to help us get answers to these questions.
Okay, obviously it makes us pay attention to the future, and the tax reform is not final yet. And I think that gives you also the opportunity to pay attention in the future to your business in the US and the tax implications of the tax reform. Thank you very much for listening.